Y'all too big to have them little cute names like that, honey. Get you some names that fit, like Hummer, Escalade, Suburban.
Now, Mabel, you supposed to say good things about dead folk.
Well, Brian, you look nice. Oh, I got a church song. Yes. I need a drink. I need a smoke. I need some strong weed to make me choke.
Before the Medea movies took over the big screen, it all started on stage. Tyler Perry's plays are where Medea's funniest, wildest, and most heartfelt moments began. So today, we're taking it back. Let's recap every Medea play, from If I Can Do Bad All By Myself to Medea's Farewell. Let's start where it all began. I Can Do Bad All By Myself. This is the very first play where Medea appears. The story centers on Vianne, who is going through a rough divorce from her wealthy ex-husband, Anthony. Due to the stress and financial pressure, she moves in with her grandmother Medea and her teenage niece Keisha, who also lives there. Medea is also helping an ex-con named Bobby, who does handiwork around the house. Both Medea and Vianne are attracted to him, although Vianne tries not to show it. Things get more complicated when Keisha's mother Maylee returns. She embarrasses Keisha at school and later announces she is engaged, and the man she's marrying is Anthony, Vianne's ex-husband. Keisha resents her mother for being absent, and Anthony's presence only makes the situation worse. Meanwhile, Keisha's school contacts Maylee with concerns, and it's revealed that Keisha got pregnant by a boy named Kelly. Maylee wants her to get an abortion, but Keisha is already too far along. During this conflict, Maylee finally admits her own trauma. She had Keisha at 13, after a man forced himself onto her. A man her mother let use her for rug money. Even so, Maylee pushes Keisha away, and Cora prays for the family. Throughout this, Bobby and Vianne begin to connect. He eventually proposes to her, and she accepts. Maylee begins to take responsibility for her actions, cuts ties with Anthony, and apologizes to Vianne. Cora helps Keisha and Maylee reconcile, and the family closes the story on a note of healing and reflection.
I know the Lord.
Yes! Ooh, you know the Lord, Medea?
We'll make a way.
Yes!
Uh-oh. I said I know the Lord.
Come on, Medea, keep feeling.
We'll make a way.
Yes!
For y'all to pay for one of these lamps if you break it.
Thought you felt something.
Next is Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Yes, the man left you, but you're still young, you're rich, you're beautiful.
No, I'm not rich, Medea. Charles is rich.
If the ex got money, you got money too. Hello?
No, I signed a prenup when we got married.
I ought to punch you in your face. What the hell you signed a prenup for?
The story follows Helen, a devoted wife who has spent 20 years married to her wealthy husband Charles, a powerful attorney. On the surface, they live a perfect life in a mansion, but behind closed doors, their marriage has been falling apart for a long time. Things finally break on their anniversary. Charles tells Helen he hasn't been happy in years, and he wants a divorce. He also reveals he's been having an affair with her friend, Brenda. He humiliates Helen and walks out, offering her the house and only $2,000 a month to live on. The next day, Medea comes to check on Helen and tries to encourage her. But things explode when Brenda shows up again.
Who is you?
That's the low-down, dirty female dog that stole my husband.
You're gonna have to come back tomorrow. That's the day she talked to hoes.
The tension spills over into an argument between Helen and her mother Myrtle, who is frustrated by Helen's anger and nearly gives up on her. But once Myrtle realizes Helen is blaming Charles, Brenda, and even God for everything, she stops and urges her daughter to refocus her faith and direct her anger where it belongs, not toward God, but toward the real enemy working behind the chaos.
You got the nerve and the audacity to throw up in my face a few dollars you gave me? Let me tell you something, sister. Here, you take it all, baby, because it'll be a chilly day in hell before I ask you for anything else, because I serve a God. Baby, he's bigger than any check that you could ever write. God don't owe you nothing.
Soon after, Helen meets Orlando, a delivery man. When she thinks he's flirting, she snaps at him. But Medea recognizes him from a magazine. He's actually a successful businessman. Helen apologizes, and after explaining everything she's going through, she and Orlando begin to build a friendship. Things shift again when Brenda returns, this time pushing a paralyzed Charles onto Helen, saying she can't take care of him anymore. Helen, still hurt, leaves him unattended for days, not feeding him or bathing him. Charles eventually breaks down, apologizes, and begs to be left alone to die. Helen refuses. She wants him to feel the pain he caused her. As time passes, Helen grows closer to Orlando. Then Charles reveals he's no longer paralyzed. Helen signs the divorce papers and prepares to leave with Orlando. But when she reaches the door, she realizes her heart is still tied to Charles. She returns, makes him promise never to hurt her again, and decides to start fresh with him. Next is Medea's family reunion.
I didn't see your boys at the funeral. They gonna make it to the family reunion, Vicky?
I sure hope they do. Yes, I hope they do.
How your youngest one, Mike, doing?
Oh, he's doing fine. Thanks for asking.
He's still playing with them Barbie dolls?
No, he grew out of that. Thank you, Medea.
Oh, he playing with Ken now.
Medea's house is packed for the weekend, and of course, nothing is simple. The family is coming together for two major events happening at once: a family reunion and a wedding. And they've just had a funeral for Medea's sister, Irene. As everyone starts arriving, they bring all their chaos, secrets, and mess right through Medea's front door. First, we meet Cora's two daughters, and they could not be more different. Lisa is the picture-perfect bride-to-be, glowing and excited for her upcoming wedding. But underneath that smile, she's hiding a terrible secret. Her relationship is abusive, and she's trying to hold herself together long enough to walk down the aisle. On the complete opposite end is Tina, who stays caught up in the streets. She's battling a rug addiction, constantly making reckless choices, and barely taking care of her baby. Meanwhile, Medea's house has even more chaos brewing. Kevin and Jackie are trying to rebuild their marriage after Kevin's release from prison. An old friend from the past also returns, someone who still has deep feelings for Lisa, adding even more tension to her already complicated engagement. As the drama builds, secrets come out, relationships crack, loyalties are tested, and the truth finally forces its way into the light. Like always, Medea ends up at the center of all of it, calling out everybody's nonsense, setting folks straight, and trying to keep this entire family from completely falling apart. By the end, the family learns some hard lessons, confronts the truth about love, trust, and forgiveness, and slowly begins to pull themselves together, the Medea way.
I think your mother was crying to every night. She was crying to me. Vicky, that's not... She was crying to me. You sound like...
Vicky.
Oh, my God.
Come in the house. What the hell about you? Come in the house. You just messed his hair. Come in the house.
Next is Medea's class reunion.
What you know? What's a nacho?
A nacho is chips. It comes with cheese and
No,
salsa.
a nacho is when you see a fine man that belongs to somebody else that's something that's not yours.
Medea's class reunion takes place inside the chaotic Pandora Hotel, where Medea pulls up for her 50-year high school reunion. Even before she arrives, the place is already a mess, thanks to the hotel's wild bellboy/bartender. It's loud, unpredictable, probably on every medication known to man, and definitely on somebody's probation list.
All my life I had to fight. I had to fight my brother, I had to fight my uncle. I love Harpo. God, no, I do, Miss Silly. My Davis, Forrest Gump. I love you, Jenny. Why don't you love me?
Once Medea and Mr. Brown arrive, the drama really kicks in. They walk straight into the personal problems of Corey and Trina Jeffrey, a married couple on the brink of falling apart after infidelity enters the mix. At the same time, Stephanie, a woman worn down by years of mistreatment, is trapped in prostitution by her abusive husband. She's also estranged from her mother Emma, who was unfairly fired by the hotel's cold-hearted manager, Anne. Anne is at the root of a lot of the hotel chaos. She's abusing her power, secretly involved in an affair with a man who's already married to Cora's friend Diana, and firing longtime employees like it's nothing. When Medea walks into all this confusion, she does what she does best: cuts through everyone's lies and excuses, forcing people to face the truth. She steps in and helps Corey and Trina confront their issues, stopping an almost affair in its tracks and pushing them to rebuild their marriage. She pushes Stephanie to finally break free from her abusive husband, reclaim her dignity, and reconcile with her mother, opening the door to real healing between them. Meanwhile, Medea joins Diana at the spa and exposes the truth about Anne's affair and the secret child that came from it. Diana finally stands up for herself and kicks her cheating husband out, choosing God and inner peace over a toxic relationship. Near the end, the tables turn beautifully when Emma learns that the company stocks she bought years ago have made her wealthy. With the owner's approval, she fires Anne on the spot, a moment everyone watching has been waiting for. And of course, Tyler Perry saves one last bombshell for the finale. Medea announces that Mr. Brown is actually Cora's father, sending Cora into immediate emotional meltdown before the cast closes with a powerful gospel message.
Medea,
Kick out my shoes and relax my feet. In the kitchen, grab my body. This one's for you. It's for you. Thank you.
Next is Medea Goes to Jail.
And then I had to go see the judge.
What did the judge say?
Oh, the judge always have an attitude. He's like, I'm tired of seeing you. I said, well, I'm tired of seeing you too. He said, don't get smart. I said, I've been smart. I'm just getting here. He said, say one more thing. I said, go to hell. He said, go to jail. That's why I'm sitting there locked up now.
The play opens with Medea, our favorite no-nonsense matriarch, finding herself in hot water. She's been arrested and is now facing jail time. Medea doesn't shy away from conflict, so of course she's already mixing it up with the law before the story even begins. Outside the prison walls, we meet Sonny Andrews Sr., a hardworking man doing his best to keep his family together. He's balancing work, a young child, and his wife Vanessa, who is ambitious but sometimes makes questionable choices. This household drama runs parallel to Medea's misadventures in jail, setting up the story's tension between chaos and responsibility. Meanwhile, Ella, Medea's close friend and neighbor, learns that Medea has been locked up. True to form, she jumps in to support Medea, trying to keep things in order while Medea handles her own brand of justice behind bars. Once in jail, Medea meets a cast of colorful characters. One of the first is Chico, a tough inmate with a rough exterior. Initially, Medea and Chico clash, of course, over trivial things like the top bunk. But Medea quickly establishes her dominance with her signature mix of humor and intimidation.
ooh, fresh meat.
If you don't back the hell up off me, I'm gonna beat you like the dude you look like. Back up. Back up. Who is that?
Man. Oh, she calls herself Chico.
Chico better go find the barge and leave me the hell alone, honey.
Medea also meets Katie, a woman serving time for stabbing her ex-husband Pete, a dangerous man and former pimp. Katie has spent years in prison, and the audience sees just how much prison life has hardened her. Her daughter, Tony, visits her, and Tony has grown up with bitterness and distrust due to the foster system. This mother-daughter relationship becomes one of the emotional cores of the play. Then there's Jeremy, Medea's probation officer and the prison chaplain, who tries to counsel her and offers a more spiritual perspective. Of course, Medea isn't exactly the type to quietly listen, so their interactions are both funny and thought-provoking. Back outside prison, Medea's absence causes tension. She begins noticing things are off, especially with Vanessa. Strange behavior and suspicious signs reveal that Vanessa is having an affair, complicating Sunny's life and testing the family's unity. At the same time, Tony resists Medea's attempts to help her. She's stubborn, defensive, and unafraid to challenge authority, including Medea herself.
Look, girl, you got 2 seconds to get down these steps. Come here, let me look at you. Yes, indeed, you look blessed. You look like a missionary. Go ahead. Come on, let's go to I'm gonna teach you a song on the way to school. Tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow.
Medea also helps Katie start confronting her past, leading to emotional revelations. Katie admits more about her mistakes and begins working toward mending her relationship with Tony. These moments balance the play's comedic elements with genuinely touching drama. Meanwhile, Sunny and others navigate betrayals and consequences. Nate, Vanessa's lover, faces the repercussions of his actions, and Sunny gains recognition for his hard work and moral integrity.
Spread them, Ella.
Okay.
Ella,
Huh?
spread them.
I did.
Ella, that spread.
That's it.
Drop it like it's hot.
Dear, I don't want to drop it down in front of all these people in here.
Next is Medea's Big Happy Family.
When I think of home, I think of a place too. Wow.
Thank you.
I wasn't saying wow because she looked good. I was saying wow because she tore the hell up.
Shirley has been going back and forth to the doctor, and this time she's accompanied by Aunt Bam. Dr. Frank gives Shirley serious news about her health, the kind that means she needs to gather her family and talk to them as soon as possible. Aunt Bam, knowing how Shirley's kids can be, immediately invites the one person who can keep that household together, Medea. Back at the house, Joyce arrives and tells Shirley she called everyone like she was asked. Aunt Bam jumps right into her usual routine, wondering why Joyce still doesn't have a man. Before long, Medea shows up, ready to help Shirley keep the family steady. Tammy shows up next, and Medea immediately checks her and Harold for taking money to fix her car and not fixing it. Byron and his girlfriend Rose walk in, and Aunt Bam brings up the $20 Rose still owes her. Rose calls it petty, then casually brags about spending hundreds on makeup and shoes, and that sets Medea and Bam off.
Read the Bible, honey, read the Bible. You got to know which scripture to use for which situation. The Bible says, let the redeemed of the Lord say so. That means if somebody has done something to you and you've been redeemed by the Lord, you can beat them down and say so.
Kimberly arrives demanding to know why she was summoned, but no one actually knows yet. Donnie comes in being his usual messy self, and Medea clowns him for repeating grades and having kids in the same school he goes to. Harold arrives, and Medea gives him the same warning about her car. Jason rushes in to say Uncle Monroe is coming, which sends everyone hiding their belongings because Monroe is known for taking things. Monroe steps in and immediately starts sniffing around the kitchen. Karen then arrives looking for Byron, and she and Rose instantly clash. Karen warns Byron she'll get other people involved if he doesn't handle his responsibilities. Medea kicks Karen out, reminding her this is supposed to be a family moment. Uncle Monroe calls the men for a meeting, encouraging Harold to stop letting Tammy walk all over him.
You did the right thing by not going off on her when she was going off on you. But let me tell you something. After you've done all you can, you just stand and start choking the hell out of her. I mean, put your thumb to the back of her throat. Then you drop on the floor and watch her spit up on herself. And then you stand over and you go, "Yeah, trick."
Donnie and Byron sing to lift Shirley's spirits. Donnie also learns from Aunt Bam that Kimberly is actually his mother. Medea tries to start her car. It fails again, and she storms back inside, ready to chase Tammy and Harold down for not fixing it. The next day, Shirley starts to weaken. She comforts Joyce, who thanks her for shaping her life. Aunt Bam accidentally reveals that Shirley has been sick all along. Joyce later gets a makeover for a date Aunt Bam arranged with Dr. Frank, but he arrives to tell her that Shirley is in the hospital. There, Shirley finally gathers her kids and tells them to do right by each other. She transitions peacefully, and the family is left heartbroken. After the service, everyone meets in the living room. Medea steps in with advice for everyone. Karen needs to stop stirring drama and move forward. Tammy needs to stop talking down to Harold, and Harold needs to finally stand up for himself. Joyce needs to trust that things will work out. And Kimberly, who's been carrying pain since she was young, needs to face it and let herself heal. And the family begins moving toward the peace Shirley always wanted.
Ran up in that
Stop that line. I'd have heard 3 lines just that quick. Stop that line.
Okay.
Say it. Lie.
Ran
You know that's a lie.
up in.
That's a big old lie right there. You ain't run up nowhere. You might have rolled down somewhere, but you ain't
Next is A Medea Christmas.
Hello.
The play centers on the Mansell family, who are preparing for their Christmas holiday in their Cape Cod home. The family includes the controlling mother, Lillian, her pompous husband, John, their daughter, China, and their naive son, Japan. Assisting them are Margaret, their devoted maid, and Hattie, the outspoken family chef. Lillian is obsessed with appearances and wants everything to be perfect for China's wealthy fiancé, Bobby. She even insists that Margaret work through Christmas, depriving her of time with her own family. China, who values authenticity and fairness, secretly invites Margaret's family to the estate to celebrate the holiday. Medea, Aunt Bam, and Margaret's grown children, Eric, Lucy, and George. China once had a romantic history with Eric, and his arrival forces her to reconsider her relationship with Bobby.
So pillars.
Like he just defeated.
Yeah.
When I look at him, I just want to say, swing low. He looked like he gonna sit by the ocean and say, "Oh man, river."
I'm sure I can make him happy, though.
Oh, come on, Hattie, come on, Hattie. What, Hattie?
Once Medea and Aunt Bam arrive, the Mansell's perfect holiday begins to unravel. Tensions rise between the wealthy Mansells and Margaret's more down-to-earth family. Secrets and past relationships come to light. Lucy has history with John, and Eric's presence stirs unresolved feelings with China. Amid arguments, misunderstandings, and plenty of comedic moments, Medea delivers her trademark tough love. She challenges the Mansells, exposing their pretensions and reminding everyone of the importance of love, kindness, and family. By the end of the play, hearts are softened. China and Eric reconnect honestly, setting the stage for a renewed relationship based on genuine feelings rather than social expectation. Lillian begins to appreciate the sacrifices Margaret has made and the value of family unity over status. Margaret's family is welcomed, bridging social divides and showing the true spirit of Christmas: love, forgiveness, and togetherness. The Mansell's holiday transforms from a shallow display of wealth to a celebration filled with laughter, reconciliation, and heartfelt connections. All thanks to Medea and her no-nonsense guidance.
You're gonna apologize. You gotta put some feeling in it. I need to feel the Holy Ghost.
I apologize.
I don't believe that.
Honey, can you just at least be a little sincere?
Did you hear that R when she said sincere? I felt that. Put some R's in your apology.
Next is Medea Gets a Job.
Here's the files for all the living patients.
Okay, these are all the living. Okay, wonderful.
And here are the files for all the deceased patients.
Hold the hell on. This is the living?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is the dead?
Yes.
I gotta get the hell out of here.
Medea was ordered to serve 20 hours of community service at Easy Rest Retirement Home, a place filled with residents and staff, each with their own complicated lives. Medea, as always, shows up on the first day with no intention of quietly following the rules. She's loud, brash, opinionated, and not afraid to call people out on everything she sees wrong, which, as you can imagine, immediately disrupts the calm of the retirement home. Her presence alone is enough to spark tension, laughter, and a little chaos. And it doesn't take long for her to start interacting with the residents in ways they didn't expect.
We are sorry to inform you that blank is deceased. Let me change it. We are sorry to inform you that blank is dead.
Well, Miss Mabel, okay, that we're not gonna say a blank. We're gonna put a name in that blank.
Girl, when I see a blank, I know what to feel. We are sorry to inform you that Dahlia is dead. Because she was working on my blank nerves as I sat here trying to do this blank job.
Among the first people Medea meets is Carla, a woman who has been struggling with her love life. She's frustrated, disillusioned, and oblivious to the fact that someone close to her, Alan, has been quietly caring for her all along. Alan is a gentle, kind man whose quiet presence has gone largely unnoticed by Carla. But Medea, as always, isn't going to let her miss the obvious. She pushes, teases, and provokes Carla, encouraging her to finally open her eyes to Alan's genuine affection. Meanwhile, Dahlia is dealing with her own struggles. She has been keeping her husband, Malik, away from his child. Medea, seeing the impact of Dahlia's choices, confronts her head-on. Her blunt truth-telling, while uncomfortable, forces Dahlia to reflect and consider how her decisions are affecting everyone she loves. Sue Ellen Bell is another facing her own emotional battles. She has been dedicating her life to caring for her mother, Jennifer, who hasn't spoken in years. Sue Ellen has sacrificed her own happiness and autonomy to care for her mother, and Medea isn't going to let her stay stuck in that rut. Through humor and directness, Medea encourages Sue Ellen to reclaim her life, to live for herself, and to realize that she deserves her own joy and freedom.
We are sorry to inform you that Miss Jones died. It was a lovely day when she died. How they know it was a lovely day if every... What the hell wrong with you?
We reading the eulogy. I was just reaping with her.
You doing what?
I was reaping with her.
Barbara, a resident with a complicated family history, is struggling to reconcile with her daughters, Jennifer and Rebecca. Their relationships have been strained by misunderstandings, resentment, and past betrayals. Medea, of course, dives into the drama, helping Barbara confront her own choices. Carson, an older man who has been distant from his son Sam, is trying to make amends for his past absence. Sam resents him, and the tension between them is palpable. Medea pushes Carson to take accountability and encourages Sam to consider whether reconciliation is possible, offering insight without sugarcoating the difficulties inherent in rebuilding broken family bonds. Medea's interventions are never subtle. She scolds, jokes, lectures, and sometimes physically intervenes. But every action is designed to push characters toward reflection, growth, and ultimately reconciliation. Her humor makes the life lessons easier to digest, and her bold personality ensures that no one can ignore her message.
Where you going?
I'm going with you.
I knew that. I knew you were going to try that header, but let me tell you something. I saw when you put your bag in my car, and I took it back out the car, and I brought it up there, put it under your shift robe behind the pillow, and put your Fruit Loops right back up under the bed that you be trying to hide. Everything's back in your room, all your socks and all your underwear, it's all back up there. So now you can't go with me now.
Yeah, I saw when you did that, so I brought it back down. I got my socks and everything, put it back in the bag, took it back outside and put it in the trunk. Now that's right.
Next is Medea's Neighbors from Hell.
Them gospel song. Yes! What the hell y'all doing making all this noise out here?
The play opens in Medea's neighborhood, which at first seems calm, until a new foster mother, Ruth, moves in. With her come a handful of foster kids, unruly, full of energy, and a little unpredictable. They test boundaries, act out, and stir up tension in the neighborhood. Medea doesn't wait for things to escalate. She dives right in. She's not gentle about it either. She shows up with her trademark humor, her tell-it-like-it-is attitude, and a deep conviction that faith, family, and forgiveness are more powerful than chaos. As the story unfolds, Medea starts poking around. She notices suspicious behavior. She's not just worried about kid trouble. She's worried something darker might be at play. With Aunt Bam backing her up, Medea starts digging. Not in a snooty, judgmental way, but with a fierce, protective love. Her goal is justice, but it's the kind of justice that doesn't just punish. She wants healing, and she believes that through genuine care and accountability, people can change.
Ladies, what do y'all want?
Hello, little boy. Wait a minute, honey. Now. Okay, is Ruth home, your foster mother? Is she there?
Listen, lady, we don't have no cakes, no brownies, no cinnamon buns, no cinnamon rolls, and what seems to be your favorite, we definitely don't got no cookies. So just go back to your house where you came from. Stop bothering me.
Jesus, be offense.
The kids react in different ways. Some lash out, some withdraw. Others mask their pain with sass or rebellion. Medea's presence forces them to confront their behavior. She doesn't just scold, she teaches. She pushes Ruth to lean into faith more, to embrace forgiveness, and to set firm boundaries. Because love without structure can't heal. But too much tough love without compassion loses heart. Tensions reach a boiling point when past trauma is exposed. Secret hurts, misunderstandings, and real emotional scars come out. Medea has to pull out all her wisdom, her old Southern mama toughness, and her unfiltered voice to bring everyone together. She challenges the kids, but she also challenges Ruth, forcing her to ask, "Why did you take in these kids? And are you ready to help them truly heal?"
The bag you packing is for their lifetime. So everything you give them, they will carry for life. Do you hear me? What you giving your child, honey? What are you putting in the bag? I hope you're supposed to be putting love and faith and peace and temperance and all that stuff in it. But what you're doing is giving them hell to carry. So when they get grown, all they got is a bunch of bags that they can't do nothing with. Don't nobody want to be bothered with them. Don't nobody want to be around them because of what you done gave them.
There are some powerful turning points. Children who were acting out begin to open up, offering glimpses of trust. Ruth starts to realize that being a foster parent is not just about providing a roof. It's about being a safe place. spiritually and emotionally. Medea and Aunt Bam walk away knowing they've made a difference, not just by scolding or judging, but by loving with enough force to push people toward change. In the final moments, faith, family, and forgiveness win out. The play closes with a sense of hope. Medea's neighborhood is still loud, still messy, but it's more united. The kids may still have work to do, but they aren't dismissed as just problems. They're people with a future. For Medea and Aunt Bam, that's a victory.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Only 'cause you're going to jail.
Don't worry about that, honey. Sometimes people apologize, they don't even mean it, but you take it where you can get it. It may not mean nothing to you right now, but eventually you will see.
It's not just...
Next is Medea on the Run.
Miss Medea!
Girl, what just happened to him make him do that?
Mabel, he's finna preach.
No, that's the first sign of a stroke. Y'all better get him over there to 2-lane. He have to save the side or something.
Well, sometimes he will allow you.
All right now, come on, Pastor.
In Medea on the Run, Tyler Perry throws Medea into yet another situation she absolutely created for herself, and yet still manages to make everyone else's business her responsibility. This time, Medea is quite literally hiding out, because she's gotten herself tangled up with the law again. Whatever she did, she's not trying to face it. So she does what any sensible Medea would do. She packs a bag, grabs her attitude, and shows up at Aunt Bam's house like she's doing Bam a favor.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that you told me. Yeah, I forgot he got married again. That's right. You know I don't go to that church.
Yeah.
I don't go to no church.
I know.
Now, Bam has just had hip replacement surgery, so she's supposed to be resting, healing, and staying calm. Instead, she's greeted by Medea barging in, insisting she's moving in to help. Bam already knows something is up. Medea doesn't help people unless money, food, or hiding from police is involved. As Medea settles in, you realize Bam's household is already full of tension even before Medea's chaos hits the door. Bam's family is dealing with their own problems. Secrets, strained relationships, frustrations. But they've been sweeping everything under the rug. So when Medea arrives, she becomes a walking spotlight, shining on everything everyone tried to hide.
Your mom was married and he was married. They started cheating around with each other and she walked out. Why did you walk out on Willis? Willis was such a good man. Why you walk over on him?
Medea,
walk off on Willis was such a good man. I like Willis too. And ran off and got hooked up with this old yellow-looking salamander with pointy ears.
Maybe.
He left you, didn't he?
No, ma'am.
Walked out on you. That's why you back here with your mom, ain't you?
The family dynamics start unraveling right in front of Medea. There's resentment. There's hurt. There's financial stress. And people not living up to their responsibilities. Medea listens to the first 5 minutes of family drama before she taps the table and says what everyone else is too scared to say. Medea, in her own messy way, has nudged everyone toward growth. The final scenes bring closure, forgiveness, new beginnings, and a fresh start for the household. Even Medea gets her own moment of clarity, admitting, in her own roundabout way, that running never solves anything. She came to Bam's house to hide, but she ends up facing more truth than she planned to, and helping others face theirs too. By the end, Medea isn't just a fugitive. She's a catalyst. She walked into that home as a problem, but walked out as the solution. And as always, she teaches the audience, loudly, that faith, family, and honesty are the only things you can't run from.
That's why you back here with your mom, ain't you? Where the yellow salamander? Where is the yellow salamander?
Medea, I'm trying
Where is the yellow salamander?
Medea.
Where is the yellow salamander?
Medea.
What?
That's the yellow salamander right there.
Next is Medea's farewell.
I need a drink. I need a smoke. I need some strong weed to make me choke.
The story centers around a big family reunion in rural Georgia, and the reason for the gathering is huge. Medea's great-grandson is graduating from law school. It's a momentous occasion, one that's supposed to be joyful, proud, and united. But of course, with a Medea-style family, joyful and united comes with a lot of emotional baggage. Medea drives out to this part of Georgia for the celebration, bringing with her her trademark mix of toughness, humor, and wisdom.
Rose who?
Rosa Parks.
Ah, dear,
No, Rosa stole my man.
Mabel.
No, people think Rosa stayed on that bus to help black people. That is not what happened. Only reason Rosa didn't get off that bus, she didn't want to get that ass whooped. That's why she stayed on that bus.
Once everyone's under the same roof, Aunt Bam, Cora, Mr. Brown, and a bunch of younger relatives, the real work begins. Medea doesn't just sit back and enjoy the party. She's diving in, looking around, listening, judging, in the nicest way, and figuring out who in this family is really doing okay and who's barely holding it together. One key focus involves Darlene, who's just come out of a bitter divorce that's left her emotionally and financially drained. The family has rallied around her, but the healing isn't easy, and Medea knows that her tough love might be just what Darlene needs. At one point, Darlene's ex-husband shows up uninvited. That's a recipe for drama right there. He comes back into the mix, stirring old wounds, and Medea doesn't just ignore it. She steps in. She steps in hard.
Hey, Medea.
Hey, Bam, I'm gonna tell you one time.
What?
Duck.
Okay.
I say hi, Medea. Now, I know you hear me. I say hi, Medea.
She doesn't let the ex leave without making someone face what really mattered. Commitment, accountability, and what family really means. Because it's a Tyler Perry play, there are big, emotional gospel songs woven throughout. Songs that lift the tension, bring tears, and remind us that faith and family can heal even deep wounds. These musical moments aren't just filler. They are the emotional backbone that lets the weight of this farewell land.
By and by, when the morning comes, all the saints of God gathering home. I'm gonna tell how I and will
Land. In the final scenes, as the family toasts the graduate and reflects on where they've been and where they're going, Medea does what she does best. She leaves with a challenge to live better, love deeper.
You went down to that graduation and you embarrassed the entire family.
Brown, please take a look at that suit and say that again.
You know what? I know you big and ignorant. That's what you is. You just bignant.
And you're short and ugly. You're just shuggly.
And just like that, we've gone through every single Medea stage play. The chaos, the wisdom, the family drama, and the comedy that only Medea can deliver. These plays walked so the movies could run, and they still hit just as hard today. If you enjoyed this full recap, go ahead and hit that like button, share it with another Medea fan, and make sure you're subscribed for more of what's coming next. Before you go, drop a comment and tell me, which play made you fall in love with Medea and her wild family? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.